by the bedside. I'm right on the left side, yeah. God, I hate how I have to hype myself up before I start filming. It's like I need to talk and get the sillies out before I do anything. Like to do this. Let's do it, do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Plant Talk with Logan. I am Logan and I am done. This shirt has probably been one of my best purchases of the last year. Honestly, I just can't. I hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy and happy, and I hope your plants are doing the same. Today, I was inspired by Becca De La Plants. Becca, that bangy babe. We love her so much. She recently did a video, I don't remember what it was titled, but it was talking about her like houseplant origin stories and like where they came from and like the sentimental values that they hold for her. And I really loved the idea of that video. So Becca, I'm stealing your video idea. I hope you don't mind. And today we're going to be doing the same. We're going to be talking about some of my plants, how I got them, the origin story behind them, the sentiment behind them. And it's kind of funny because I was looking around my apartment and I was like, not a lot of these have like a lot of sentiment to them, which kind of sucks, is a little bit sad, but I think within 2020, a lot of the plants that I got were either impulse buys or they were things that I really wanted and were like kind of uncommon, but I finally was like, I don't care, I'm gonna do it, I want them, I'm gonna get them. So there's not much thought behind that. I have received a lot of plants as gifts from my boyfriend, my Scindapsus exotica and Hoya Chelsea and stuff, which I love that he gifts me plants and he knows what I like. So that's really cute, but there's not, it's not like there's like a fucking romance story behind each plant. So I have a few set out here to the side by me, and I just figured we would go through them, talk about them a little bit. It's nothing major, it's nothing deep. We're not gonna cry today, but yeah, I wanted to sit down and I wanted to chat, It's been a minute, and I made a little new backdrop because I have some other news too, and yeah, we're gonna do that today. Let's plant talk. Where should we start? Should we go in chronological order, or no, because then we would end on a weird note. So we'll go from like the most recently acquired plant to the oldest one, So the first one we're gonna start with is this tiny little Brazil cutting. And this little Brazil cutting was with about 4 other cuttings. And this is really special to me because one of my sister's old friends, not old friends, they've just been friends for a long time. She reached out to me and was like, I'm really into houseplants too. I love everything you're doing with your plants, and do you want to do a plant swap? And this was like around Christmas holiday time. And I was like, yeah, I have a Raphidophora that I just cut that I can give you. We talked for a while, and then she sent me like the cutest little cuttings all wrapped up in a little express envelope from USPS, and like the cutest Christmas card. And it was just so adorable. And I haven't talked to her in a really long time, so it was really nice for her to reach out. And it was really heartfelt and just felt so genuine. And especially right now when I'm not seeing these people, anymore, because I'm not like going out to public. I'm not going to the bar. I'm not like hanging out with people. So it was just a really special little moment. And unfortunately, all the other cuttings died. I think they had cold damage. But this was the one guy that hung on. And it's growing a new leaf, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. It's really cute and really special, and I don't want it to die. So that was the first houseplant story. And then going back to March 2020, in the beginning of the pandemic, I obtained this guy. This was either March or April. I think it was March. This neon pothos, which is so cute. Oh my god, I thought there was a pest on it. hold the fucking phone. It's not. It was just for my pest treatment. Okay, on the leaf. This neon pothos is really cute. It's been like reverting and like going green in some spots, which I really love. It kind of makes it more fun and unique to me, as you can see there. So I really like that. It has some white variegation, it has some green variegation going on. But this plant was gifted to me by someone I used to be pretty close with. We'd worked together, and she was like, I can't take care of all these plants. Can you take a few? So this was one that I got from her, and it was in a 6-inch pot. It was doing okay. I, took care of it quite a bit and put it into this pot. And it's thriving and it's unique, and I'm always gonna have that memory of just like meeting up with her, like in the alleyway and like exchanging plants in the beginning of the pandemic, and just her being like, thank you for like lifting the weight off my shoulders from taking care of all these plants, because she didn't know what to do with them. So this is special to me, and I usually am not like a neon fan. Like I don't really like the neon philodendron, I don't really like the neon pothos that much, but this one is special and it's doing its own thing, acting weird, and I love it because of that. So that is number 2. Okay, so if we go back even more, number 3 would be my elbow variegated syngonium. I know, you guys, it looks a little hokey pokey right now. I don't know what else to call it, but this guy, it was in the beginning, probably pretty close to the beginning of the pandemic. I had just been like so sad, whatever, and Steve Sleeves had sent an email and was like, this plant is back in stock, and I was like, now's the time. Like, now is the time for me to get this plant. It's not cheap, I paid like $50 something for a 4-inch little plant. It shipped perfectly to me, and it's been through like the ups and downs of the panty with me. I, go through spurts of depression or sadness where I don't necessarily want to take as close of care with my plants as I should, and they struggle along with me. And this is one of those plants where one day I just like jumped out of bed and was like, dude, it was so wilted, so sad, but honestly probably pretty close to death, and that's why the bottom is pretty bare here, because it had lost a lot of its leaves towards the bottom. And I was like, okay, this is a wake-up call. I love this plant, and it shows that like when we're not doing our best, we struggle to even be with the people that we love. And I think it was a wake-up call for me, and just not even just with my plants, but like other people around me that I love. It's like they're struggling too, and they need to be taken care of, and they need to be loved too. So brought this guy back to life. Here, I'm trying to get it on the camera here so you can look at those leaves. Look at how pretty. It's gorgeous now. It's growing a ton. A lot of these leaves are new, so the variegation hasn't really settled in yet, and it's looking a little bit more creamy instead of white. But these leaves are stunning, and it just shows that we can all come back with a little love and care. We can all bounce back too, and I love that story with this plant, and I love that it's made it unique to me. So if we go back even more, this is a pretty big jump backwards, about almost 2 years now, because I got this Cebu Blue Pothos cutting from Josh's Frogs before I even moved into this apartment, and it's coming up on my 2 years of living here. And this plant, I think I bought it while I was in the process of moving, and it was the first plant that I unboxed on my IGTV, which, if you didn't know, I used to make IGTV videos on plants, and then I was like, I gotta take this one step further, so then I moved it to YouTube, so that's why we have Plant Talk with Logan now. But this plant I got as a 2-inch like little rooted cutting from Josh's Frogs, and I think it literally just had it was like this, it had like 3 leaves on it, and I've cut this back so many times. So this plant has been shared with the plant community in Milwaukee, and I know that quite a few people have cuttings of this now. And it just, oh my God, it's like pulling out of there. It just never stops growing. And I recently cut it back, and now stuck those cuttings back in there, so it's getting nice and full. But this plant has been through a move with me, it's been through so much, and I just adore it for sticking through sticking through everything with me. So that's special to me because it was my first unboxing video. And it's really funny if you go on my personal Instagram, which is Logan_Cal. It will be in the description below. But if you want to watch an IGTV video, it is horrid. I felt like I wasn't even talking in my real voice. I was in such a different state of mind back then when I made that video. So it was like looking at a different person, honestly. So this guy is special for that reason alone. And I just love that I've been able to share it with the plant community around me, you know? So that makes it even more special. My legs are falling asleep. My goose is totally loose. All right, we have 2 plants left. Okay, well, I actually did it out of order. So this monstera evanstonia, can y'all see it? This is a big boy, right? Look at these leaves. This plant is insane. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Yeah, you can. I got this pretty soon after I met Kevin, my boyfriend, and y'all know I had to talk about him because I love him to death. And this plant is special for a reason because we had been, well, not even together really. We were kind of just casually dating at the time. We had been talking for, I think, 3 weeks, maybe almost a month at the time. And I was so just like adamant, head over heels, like I loved spending time with him, and I was just so excited to like get to know him quicker. And I knew that we both really liked plants, so I was like, do you want to go to Chicago and like check out some plant spots? It was good. It was our first trip together, and we learned a lot about each other, I think, on that little trip. And it was so fun to like go to the different greenhouses in Chicago. We hit a Plant Shop Chicago and like a few others, and just be like seeing someone in their element, like shopping when you don't know them very well, just like to see how they are in public, and then to see you know, like what plants he liked. He really liked alocasia. He got an alocasia poly that day from the same greenhouse that I got this monstera evanstonia at, and it was in a big 6-inch hanging basket. And I, you know, brought it home, took care of it, I put it on a pole, and now the leaves are, it's just growing like crazy, and the leaves are bigger than my hand, and it's just really special because of that reason for us, you know, like being on that little road trip together. And it was just really special. I'm like I'm getting emotional now. Yeah, so that's why this plant is so special to me. And I love like going to his house and seeing that alocasia poly in his dining room, and just like thinking back on that trip. It was fun. It's like you really get to know someone really well when you spend like an hour in the car with them, because like he was driving and I was a GPS person, and I'm so bad. Like I realize this now, but at the time I did not realize, but I'm so bad like telling people directions. I just assume that they know where they're going, but they clearly don't because we have the GPS on. And we almost missed our exit a couple times, and he was like so done with me, and I was like, so that was an interesting experience. But like I said, we got to know each other really quick because I was so adamant and just wanted to do things with him. So it was a really good trip, and this plant is special to me, and it's freaking thriving, which makes me even happier. It does need a drink right now, so I will be watering it soon. The last plant we have today is this Hoya carryeye. You're probably like, oh my gosh, it's a Hoya carryeye. It's not that special. It's just like one long strand, but don't speak for me. This plant is special to me because I started working at a plant shop after I graduated college with my BFA in graphic design. I could not find a design job that I wanted because I have like a unique aesthetic. I didn't want to put myself in a position where I was doing things just to do them. I wanted to be a happy designer, so I was doing freelance for a while. I could not pay the bills, so I got a job at a local plant shop, gift shop in Milwaukee, and I learned so much about plants in that job because I had previous knowledge with plants, but like not that much. Like at the time, I think I had a monstera and maybe like a rubber tree and some pothos, I think, but nothing major. And through this position, I kind of like moved my way up and became like the inventory person. And it was really exciting for me to see all the new plants that we would get in every week, and you know, help take care of them. And I did not really like Hoya, shocker, because I love Hoya now, but I saw this guy at the store, and it was, I'm not kidding you, it was like these 2 leaves with like a little growth point, and I was just, oh God, this is making me nervous. I'm sorry. But anyway, so I got this plant, and I just saw how fast they grew and how unique they were, and like how like woody and like cool, and the shape of the leaves and everything, and I was just like head over heels for this. So this started my Hoya obsession, and it was also one of the first plants that I got at that job. So seeing this growth over the last 2.5 years probably has been really exciting. You know, I'm in a totally different spot in my career now, and just loving on plants still. So this guy is you know, pretty sentimental for me. So that was all the plants today. I hope that was interesting for you guys to listen to. Like I said, I don't have any like special plant swap stories or anything. I was like just starting to get into like plant swapping and trading and stuff, and then the panty happened. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed those little sentimental stories today. Like I said, I didn't have that many, but I also have some other news. Oh my God, which some of you can probably guess, but I signed a lease on a new apartment, which if you know me personally, you know that I've kind of been like on the rocks with my current place, because it sucks, because it has like some amenities that I like, and I love like the space, but I live in a studio and I don't have a bedroom, and I'm just to that point where I'm like, I want separation of space. I want to be able to feel like I have a home, and for some weird reason this apartment has never felt like home. And I don't know if it's because it's in a renovated office building. I don't know if it's because I don't have a view of grass. I don't know if it's because I feel like I can't necessarily walk around in the neighborhood that I'm in right now, because there's not a lot of things to do around here. So I kind of have to like drive places, even if it's like a short distance, I still have to drive to go somewhere. So anyway, I am moving out of my current apartment, and the place that I signed for, it's just happening, it's official. It's one of my old friends. She's moving out. She had reached out to me. I was like, you know anyone that's moving? And I was like, me. And she is happy that I'm moving in there, because it's in a really old historic building, but they renovated it from the studs up, I believe 2 years ago, before she moved in. So it's pretty cool to see the space kind of all brand new. I'm gonna have a bedroom, I'm gonna have laundry, I'm gonna have a full kitchen. If you are not familiar with my situation now, I don't have an oven in my current apartment. It's really small, and I was kind of like, when I moved in here, I was in such a different mindset of like, I want the aesthetics, I don't care about anything else necessarily, and I wasn't even thinking about price, which was bad, because on paper I can afford it, but you know, my life fluctuates, and there's things that I like plants, and they're expensive. So moving into this apartment, I get a bedroom, I have laundry, it's bigger, and it's cheaper, but I don't have as much light, which is a little heartbreaking. But there's 2 south-facing windows, and then the other windows are north-facing, but there's a lot of them. So I think with PlantTalk in the future, we're gonna have a lot of videos on moving, packing up my plants. We're gonna have videos on grow lights, because I have one right now, but I don't necessarily like it, so we're gonna have to do some investments with that. We're gonna have videos on wall shelving. We're gonna get all that going. I know that I'm going to be doing a video on the plants that are not making the cut, and the plants that I'm getting rid of in my collection. I'm gonna have to downsize a little bit, just because I want to, you know? I feel like everyone always has those favorite plants, and then you have the other ones that are kind of like, you're by the wayside. Like, I don't necessarily care as much about you as the others, which is sad, but it's true, you know? Oh my God. Well, I just spilled water all over myself, so I think that signals the end of the video. But anyway, I'm gonna be moving through March and April, so I have a lot of time to move, and I'm excited to get it rolling. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Not Dude's video on moving, and I think Becca De La Plants did it on moving as well. When I previously moved into this apartment, I moved with about 40 plants, and I thought it was a lot, and now I have about 80. So I about doubled my collection in 2 years. which is fine, but I'm gonna have to get rid of some, and then the other ones we're gonna have to pack up in the car and, you know, make sure they're not damaged. So that will be a fun process for all of us, because I'll probably vlog it. But yeah, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed watching. Like I said, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Take care of yourselves. You know, February it's a short month, but it's a hell of a month. Currently in Wisconsin, it's like negative 10 degrees with the wind chill today. So stay inside and stay safe. You know, just do your best. That's all you can ever ask, right? So, yeah, that's me. I'm signing off. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Like and subscribe, and comment anything you want to comment down below. I literally love reading comments so much. I love reading comments from you guys. So please comment something below. Even if you can't think of anything, tell me something about your dog. Okay? Because I want to hear it. Oh my God, speaking of which, I'm going to be moving, and when I move, I'm going to get a dog. So that's that. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.